Today, I found out why our galaxy is called the Milky Way and what it's called in other languages. The Milky Way is the galaxy that includes the solar system, with the name describing the galaxy's appearance from Earth, a hazy band of light seen in the night sky formed from stars that cannot be individually distinguished by the naked eye. The term Milky Way is a translation of the Latin Via Lactea from the Greek, meaning milky circle. From Earth, the Milky Way appears as a band because its disc-shaped structure is viewed from within. Galileo Galilei first resolved the band of light into individual stars with his telescope in 1610. Until the early 1920s, most astronomers thought that the Milky Way contained all the stars in the universe. Following the 1920 great debate between the astronomers Harlow Shapley and Heber Doust Curtis, observations by Edwin Hubble showed that the Milky Way is just one of many galaxies. Follow me as I explore the different names that the Milky Way have all over the world. No, it has nothing to do with the candy bar. Like many words we use today, the English name of our galaxy is derived from its Latin name, Via Lactea. Translated, that means the road of milk. The Romans actually got the name from the Greeks, who called our galaxy Galaxias Kyklos, or Milky Circle. Incidentally, the Greek name is also where we get the term galaxy. No one knows exactly who came up with the name, but it isn't difficult to see how the name came about. From Earth, at least if you're well outside the boundaries of city lights, our galaxy looks something like a band of milky light over a black background, as we are viewing it on its side, and the billions of distant stars in our galaxy create a nice visible band of light. As for why the ancient Greeks called it the Milky Circle, the myth goes that Zeus brought Heracles to Hera to suckle when she was sleeping. Hera was in conflict with the little infant, as you would be if your husband brought home a half-mortal child that wasn't yours. As baby Heracles was having his meal, Hera woke up suddenly and pushed him away, resulting in a few drops of spilled milk. The drops created the galaxy that is now known as the Milky Way. Various other languages have translations of Milky Way as the name of the galaxy, such as the German Milchstrasse and the Norwegian Mælkeveien. There are, however, many other mythological origin stories that explain the various alternate names of the Milky Way in other languages. In Finland, the Milky Way is called Linnanrata, or Path of the Birds. In Finnish mythology, the world was formed from a waterfowl's egg bursting. The sky was the shell of the egg, and the earth as we know it was flat. At the edges of the earth was Lentikoto, or the home of the birds. Lentikoto was a warm region where birds migrated during the winter. The band of light that the Greeks thought of as milk was, according to the Finns, the path that the birds took on their way to Lentikoto. Thus, it's Linnanrata, Path of the Birds. Armenia has a different idea about the Milky Way. There, it's called Hard Gogi Shanapar, or Straw Thief's Way. The story goes that the god Vahan stole cartloads of straw Barsham, the Assyrian king, and took it to Armenia during a particularly cold winter. To get there, he fled across the heavens and dropped some straw on the way, making the Milky Way. Likewise, the Milky Way is called various forms of straw way in several other languages across Central Asia and Africa. It's Ca Taxinataka in Chechen, or the root of scattered straw, traditionally Kumova Slama or Godfather's straw in Croatian, though Milky Way is also used now in Croatia, and Samanyolu or road of straw in Turkish. It's likely that Arabs heard the story in Armenia first and spread the name to various other lands. In many northern countries, the Milky Way is called the Winter Way, such as the Icelandic Vinterbraten, the alternative Norwegian Vinterbrata, and the Swedish Vintergaten. The reason for this is thought to be because, in the northern hemisphere, the Milky Way is more visible during the winter. In much of East Asia, the galaxy is referred to as the Silver River. A Chinese legend says that once upon a time, there was a beautiful young maiden named the Goddess Weaver, the daughter of the celestial Queen Mother. One day, a buffalo boy was tending his herd when he spied the goddess Weaver bathing in a nearby lake. The two instantly fell in love and were soon married and produced 2 children. But the celestial queen mother grew jealous of their love and stole the goddess Weaver away. When the buffalo boy pursued them, the queen took out a pen and drew a silver river between them so that they would be separated forever. That silver river was the Milky Way. In Japan and Korea, Silver River means galaxies in general, not just the Milky Way. In Spanish, the Milky Way is called a few different things. First, Via Láctea, or the Milky Way. Camino de Santiago means the Road of Santiago or Road to Santiago, and was used for the Milky Way because pilgrims used it to guide them to Santiago de Compostela, a holy site. Compostela is the 3rd way to say the name of the galaxy, and this one is perhaps the most accurate of all the different names. It literally means the field of stars. The Milky Way is thought to contain over 100 billion stars and could contain up to 400 billion. It's about 100,000 light years across. Along with orbiting around the Sun at 66,600 miles per hour, the Earth is also rotating at its axis at about 1,070 miles per hour. So you are simultaneously hurtling around the Sun at 66,600 miles per hour while sitting on a rock that is spinning at 1,070 miles per hour. On top of that, our whole solar system is rocketing through space around the center of the Milky Way at around 559,234 miles per hour. On top of that, our galaxy is hurtling through space at around 671,080 miles per hour with respect to our local group of galaxies. On top of that, for all we know, our entire universe is hurtling through some unknown medium at some other ridiculous speed. The most common star in our galaxy is the red dwarf, which is about 1/10 the mass of the Sun. Around half the stars are older than the Sun, which needs some 4.5 billion candles on its next birthday cake. As I have stated earlier, the Milky Way is visible as a hazy band of white light, some 30 degrees wide, arching the night sky. Although all the individual naked eye stars in the entire sky are part of the Milky Way galaxy, the term Milky Way is limited to this band of light. The light originates from the accumulation of unresolved stars and other material located in the direction of the galactic plane. Brighter regions around the band appear as soft visual patches known as star clouds. The most conspicuous of these is the large Sagittarius star cloud, a portion of the central bulge of the galaxy. Dark regions within the band, such as the Great Rift and the Coal Sack, are areas where interstellar dust blocks light from distant stars. Peoples of the Southern Hemisphere, including the Inca and Australian Aborigines, identified these regions as dark cloud constellations. The area of sky that the Milky Way obscures is called the zone of avoidance. Alright everyone, this is it for now. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.